Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year in which we are going to be making a tier list. Now, I'm going to do this tier list on Flash games because, fuck it, why not? Now, before anybody gets mad, these are games that I have played myself or that I've heard about and have like some association to it. Also, I added some games that I never played but were popular because, fuck it, why not? And yeah, let's just get straight to it. Um, Fishy, I mean, uh, probably, I'd say C tier. Like, it's not a bad game. It's a very, like, basic game. Like, oh, fish eats fish. Like, it's not that it's a horrible game. It doesn't hurt to play, like, once in a while. But there are games that are, like way better. Like, way more entertaining and, have a lot more to them than Fishy. But yeah, it's alright. This goes to any shark game, especially Miami Shark, because that one's pretty popular. Um, I don't remember play. I'm pretty sure I played Miami Shark. I don't remember playing a lot of it. I think I'd probably put it. You know what? Fuck it. Eating random civilians is pretty dope. I'll put it at B tier. I've never played Pandemic 2, but I played Plague Inc., and I'm going to assume it operates in the same way. So I'm going to put that under never played because I cannot judge a book by its cover. Although, this does seem like a pretty good cover, not going to lie. 2048 is fucking trash, and anybody that argues for it is clearly in the wrong. Super Stacker is a really cool game. I really like it. It was one of the games I played a lot during middle school, especially. Honestly, it's a pretty basic game like Fishy, but it's like, I don't know, to me it's just cooler. I mean, like, trying to create a stable, like, tower of shapes, it's pretty dope, not gonna lie, Maybe it's just the perfectionist OCD side of me, but I think it's pretty dope, so A tier. Dinosaur game, probably depends. Maybe Saturdays I'd put it a C tier, but normally I would put it a D tier, to be honest. It's alright. I guess it doesn't hurt to play once in a while, but Sugar is pretty fun. I like it. Again, pretty basic game. You draw a line over where there's pouring sugar, and you gotta draw it in a way so that the sugar falls onto it and reaches a cup. I wouldn't put it like super high, but actually, I'll put it A tier. No, I changed my mind. This game's awesome. Surviv.io. I actually really love playing this game. Honestly, I might put it A tier as well because I don't know, it's a battle royale like IO game. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of battle royales or IO games, but this one does it in a really unique and original way. And I feel like having a 2D battle royale is pretty sick, especially when it's a Flash game. Angry Birds is literally like, come on, S tier. Maybe, yeah, I'll put it S tier. I mean, come on, I don't have to say, like, I literally don't have to say anything. It's literally Angry Birds. Impossible game, probably B tier. Obviously, there's Geometry Dash, which is pretty dope. So I'd probably put that. I would definitely put that S tier. But Impossible game is like, it's a more basic version of Geometry Dash, but it's still pretty cool. I never played Raft Wars, but I'm gonna assume it's pretty dope. World's hardest game, B tier, because while it is fun and challenging, and I love games that give a good challenge, again, the concept itself is pretty basic. It's not anything super, out there like Surviv.io, or even stuff like Angry Birds is honestly a bit more out there. But again, like, it's a pretty cool game. It is a little repetitive. Come on, isn't life just a constant cycle of repetitiveness? Aren't people just constantly waking up, going to work, coming home, eating and sleeping? Let's be real here. This game ain't got shit on life. Fireboy and Water Girl. This game is pretty cool. I didn't play too much into Fireboy and Water Girl, but from what I played, it was pretty cool. So I'm gonna put it B. See, if I probably had played it a bit more, it would probably go A or S. But yeah, I'm gonna put it B. Jacksmith, I never played. It looked kind of cool. It was made by the developers of all the Papa games, so I'm gonna assume it's pretty cool. But again, I never played it. But yeah, a donkey, forging weapons sounds like a pretty cool concept. Not gonna lie. Block ores. Okay. Hold up. We don't have an F tier here, so no, that's not what I meant to do. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. Is the phone being held right now? Okay. Right. Okay. Alright. And just like that. F tier. Of course, because nobody loves that game. That game has no soul. Anyways, Frog Fractions. Again, a game I've never played. Why did this change? Wait. Okay, back to what I was saying. Frog Fractions, I never played it, so I can't really judge it. Rural School, A tier, goated game. Actually, I'd put it A tier. I feel like some other games are deserving of the S tier. But it's still a pretty awesome game, I'm not gonna lie. And it has a really wholesome story. Agario, A tier again. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, Agario was just a classic all around. Like, it was what started the IO games. And it was a game that you could just come home from school, sit on your PC, and just play and have fun. And so much cool content was made with Agario, especially on YouTube and everything. It was just a perfect game to just chill and relax on. Run, I'd say it is a pretty basic game, but I'd put it B tier because it's a little more fast paced than, say, a game like Fishy. So I'd say it's B tier. I mean, it's pretty fun having to dodge all the holes, that lead to your inevitable death in space. So I'd say it's a B tier game. Indestructo Tank. I'm pretty sure I played this, but I don't remember too much about it. But I'm pretty sure I had a lot of fun, so I'll put it in B tier. And plus, tanks are pretty cool, so yeah. Happy Wheels, S tier. I mean, come on. Like, it's literally the second greatest Flash game of all time. I mean, like, it had such a big community behind it. The maps that were made because of it, the YouTubers like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier who helped grow their channel with the help of Happy Wheels, like PewDiePie, of course, as well. It's just, overall, it's just a game that came into the Flash community and just brought about a massive impact towards gaming, towards YouTube, towards just everything. It's just a fun game to play. The amount of endless levels that you can create in Happy Wheels just makes it a notch above all the other Flash games, I'd say. I'd say there's only one Flash game that's better than Happy Wheels. Balloons TD5, again, S tier. I mean, I used to play this all the time back in middle school. Like, that was literally the shit. If you played that game, you were literally the popular kid. It's such a fun game. The concept of popping balloons is pretty fun. It also has a big fear factor to it. The fear of, having your balloons reach the end. I like how when you upgrade your monkeys and your weapons, they actually show visual upgrades in it. I love games that have visual upgrades and that show that a thing is actually being upgraded and updated. Again, Balloons CD5 is a masterpiece, honestly. I would put Happy Wheels above it, but Balloons CD5 is literally a masterpiece. Slither.io, honestly, I was never the biggest fan of it. I thought it was pretty overrated. It's alright, I guess. It's just games like Agario, to me, are just funner concepts. Like, compare a game about a snake slithering around versus a game about a giant blob consuming everything in its path. I take the blob any day of the week. Henry Stickmin, again, A tier. Again, there's nothing I can really complain about it. It's just from a personal preference, I prefer more games. Also because I haven't really played or watched through as much as other games on this tier list. So that's probably the only reason as to why, and also because, personally I have personal preferences when it comes to other games. Line Rider gets an A as well. I mean, I think it's a fun game. The fact that you could create songs on it is pretty cool, and I'm a big music fan. I love music, and I love watching videos of people create levels on this game. Doom 1993, the Flash version, S tier. Doom 1993 in and of itself is such a classic, but on Flash, like, that's crazy. No, like, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what people say about the graphics. The fact that you are slaying demons with a fucking badass heavy metal soundtrack blaring in the background is the coolest shit ever. And the level designs on Doom 1993 are sick. There is just a perfect amount of enemies to the point where it doesn't feel extremely frustrating, unfairly hard, but also to the point where you feel badass. So yeah, Doom 1993, definitely S tier. Jelly Truck, I would say a low A tier, possibly a high B tier, but honestly, like, I mean, it's Jelly Truck. I put it at A tier, to be honest. You're just a truck made of jelly driving around obstacles. You know, you gotta go from place to place. You know, you gotta get places. You know, I understand. Life can be busy. It's a pretty sick game. Factory Balls. I would honestly put this A tier as well. It's a game that's not super complex, but it's like, maybe it's just the perfectionist in me talking, but having a prototype of something and then trying to create that exact same prototype while having fun is a pretty cool concept. Okay, I don't know why Surviv.io is here twice, but I guess it's double the awesomeness. Super Mario 63 S tier. This game is a masterpiece. It takes elements of a lot of different Mario games, like Super Mario 64, you know, Super Mario Sunshine. I'm pretty sure there's even elements of, yeah, Super Mario Galaxy is in there. This game is, honestly speaking, the best Mario fan game ever. It's so fun. It is out of this world levels fun. I play it a lot. It's probably the Flash game I've actually played the most, because Super Mario 64, growing up and even now, I'd say is my favorite video game of all time. So seeing a 2D version of it with elements from Sunshine, Galaxy, and other Mario games is sick as fuck. The Papa Games S tier. Honestly speaking, you know, I'm Canadian, and I used to work at Tim Hortons, and I thought that working at Tim Hortons would be as cool as working at one of the Papa locations, but unfortunately it wasn't. But still S tier. Again, it's a pretty sick game. Kind of how, like, Factory Balls kind of has that, you know, element of having a prototype and trying to recreate it. It's the same thing here, but even cooler because it has food and it has a lot more customization. My favorite is Papa's Pastaria. I actually beat that game. And then finally, we get to the greatest Flash game of all time. Club Penguin. I don't have to say anything about it. It's the greatest Flash game of all time, let's be real here. Unfortunately, you know, servers got shut down, but hey, there's always Rewritten available. And then, you know, any other Flash game that exists, I either never played or I forgot to include it because, I don't know, it just never came across. So yeah, that's the tier list. Yeah, these are the final standings. Of course, this opinion is correct. And yeah, peace out. And rest in peace, Flash.